Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Ryan Date, aka Date Ryan Sama on Twitter. This is the meeting of the pillars, the Hashira Podcast. We talk all those things anime and nerd. And today, I've got some good folks with me. As a matter of fact, I've already introduced them on the stream, but for the episode, so you guys definitely know, sitting beside me is the presiding prelate, the professor, the creator, the founder of the Square Button Society. He is a Fighters Z commentator. As a matter of fact, he was on the team for the Nationals all over the world. And this is Koustics. As a matter of fact, he is Killer Kofi on Twitter. Follow him, please.
Yo, shot.
Stuff.
Yo, shot.
And over there, I have the analytics, the master of the 2H. He will tell you exactly when and how you're supposed to do anything when a fighter is on the screen. As a matter of fact, if you take too long, he might tell you exactly how to catch the fights all the way through because you've been effing up. If you don't already follow this man, because he knows, you should know. That is Posy, ladies and gentlemen, and he is at Posy_92 on Twitter. Follow him if you don't already. And so today we're going to be talking that anime stuff, and because I've got fighting game commentators with me, I figured we might as well talk about some fights in anime.
Oh yeah.
So, it's that time. It's that time. I didn't want to start because I'm always here. I got guests, and you're supposed to let your guests go first. So, gentlemen, any one of you two can start off by letting me know which one of y'all or which one of y'all favorites fight scenes from anime.
I'm gonna let Posy start.
Dang, he put the pressure on
I'm
you.
putting the pressure on Posy.
My man said, he's
baiting
Posy,
the
reflect.
Posy, I just want you to know it's right here. I'm gonna let you go on the floor first, but just know it's here. It's here. It can happen.
So we're talking about like one of the best fights for me, right? Personally, one of my favorite fights I ever watched in anime. It's from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's Yusuke versus Chu, the knife edge death match.
Yo,
okay.
That's actually one of my favorites.
Yes, sir.
Because the reason I like that fight, right? Besides Kurobawa's got like commentary on the side. This is stuff legends are made of.
You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
Besides the fact that Kurobawa was being a goat on the side, you know, just
he's a commentator.
legit commentating the match.
Calling the match, bro.
Legit commentating the match to Keiko. There was just like a certain realism to that fight that I just liked a lot.
Yeah.
Like it was very it was almost human. Like it wasn't no flashes, it wasn't no nothing. It was two dudes with their foot, with the edge of their foot by a knife. You know, whoever gets knocked out to takes the L. You feel me? That's gangster.
But I think the biggest thing about that was it led up to that point though. It led up to that point. Remember, it started out as one of the regular fights in the anime. Like they were fighting for real. Chu was doing the drunk stuff, and then he got more drunk. He did the ogre boulder, had the ogre killers, and that was wild, right? And then after that, that's when after all that exhausted, they were just like, all right, bro, I'm still here for the hands. So put up or shut up. And that's when they put the knives. And then Chu was like, all right, I know. If you want to prove who's really a man, Yusuke. He took the knives out of his pocket and was like, all right, put it in the floor. It was like, all right, bro. So now what are we talking about? You feel me? Like, so to me, that was one of those moments I was just like, yeah. This is a real man's fight. It's a real man's fight.
They kept it street, and there was like a certain realism to it that I just liked a lot. And I was like, it wasn't nothing flashy, right? You know, but it just worked for me. It worked for that team.
Chu got a lot of respect for me after that. I'm not going I respect
Chu to this day is one of my favorite anime characters ever. Just because of the knife edge deathmatch. That's a reach, but I like him.
Nah, if your favorite character, it's your favorite character. What you mean?
Exactly.
Bro, it's like picking a low tier character in a fighting game just because you like him. Listen, I tend to do that very often. I'm not gonna I'll say it right on stream. I do it often. I'm one of those guys who I like this character, so I'm gonna pick him. Shout outs to Tasty Steve for playing Nash against my man Vicious and winning. Just because he liked to pick Nash. Shout outs to Tasty Steve, bro. I'm one of those type of dudes. But no, that's definitely a fight that's up there. It's definitely up there. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. It was good. But now that the pressure's off,
it looks like I'm off to a good start then.
Yeah,
you're off to a good start.
Sir.
Well, I have a couple at my repertoire of choices. Me being a fighting game enthusiast, I have a lot of thoughts about what makes a fighting scene good in an anime.
Oh, here we go.
For me, it is the composition of not merely just the choreography of the fight, but the smoothness of the animation as it leads into each detail and punch. For my first one, I'm going to go with an old classic from the Cowboy Bebop movie. It is Spike versus Vincent. Yes. Yes.
Guilty. I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, so I can't throw my 2 cents in there.
Yes, yo indeed, because you know that fight. You know that fight is OD.
Yes, stream. Yo.
Come on. That's a classic. Spike learning in the middle of the fight, saying, "I don't even care about these people. I'm a bounty hunter. I'm about this. You can blow them up. I'm still gonna murk you." That was OD. The Jeet Kune Do in the middle of the fight,
bro. Classic.
Like, come on. It was a classic. It's a classic.
It's good stuff. I can't even front. Like, the thing. So when he was learning in the middle of the fight, it was like, you ever watch those old kung fu movies where they gotta think about all the things that's happening before they create the next technique? That's how I felt watching that fight. It was some like real back and forth, and it was
the choreography.
Yes. Who said that? Yes, the Death Claw. Yes,
the Death Claw. He did the Death Claw to Spike. And he's like, ha! And my man Spike with the entire match like, damn, his hands is hard. What is?
He had the whole.
And I like the part where the choreography in the fight is amazing because then you see Vincent start playing around the hurt on Spike's side. At one point, he even says, "You know what? I'm gonna stop throwing hands with him," because Spike started tapping him up.
He started tagging him.
I was like, so my man Vincent said, "You know what? Never mind. Put him in a hold and just grabbed the wound and just held it."
He was like,
"Do you know how petty that is to grab someone in a spot where you already pierced them?"
He said, "This is where you weak. This is what I'm finna do to you."
I will say this: the fight sounds OD crazy.
It's OD, yo, bro. When you get the chance, you gotta watch
look it up, bro.
I gotta watch Cowboy Bebop because that's an anime I still haven't watched.
First of all, Cowboy Bebop is one of the goats.
Of
anime. By the way, for anybody watching and all that stuff like that, it is one of the goats of anime. From Tank. That goddamn jazz theme is amazing. Yes, it's amazing.
And they have a good opener too, right? Cowboy Bebop has known for having a good opener as well, right?
It's swaggy, bro. It's swaggy. It's swaggy.
All right, now that the two guests have done their part,
yes, please elaborate,
what you got, brother.
It better be a good pick, even though I don't watch that.
I mean, but the problem is, all right. What I wanted to start with is not what somebody posted it in the chat, so I can't even. I don't want to go with it anymore. You said it in the chat. It's disrespectful. I was gonna start with my man Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance because he's disrespectful. And
there's Naruto, right?
Yeah, my God,
that's the guy with the eyes that just attacked 100 people.
Yo, no, when he jumped up. All right, hold on.
I saw that one actually.
Let my man Maurice spit the facts, bro. Spit the facts.
All right, so what happens is my man gets brought back to life and looks at the person that did it like, you thought you was gonna control me with your resurrection, but that doesn't mean nothing to me because I'm a god. He looks at all these pathetic ninja from atop the cliff and goes, "Oh." And they're all pointing at him, getting nervous. They're like, "Oh, it's Madara." And everybody's like, "We heard about him the whole series long. Like, we heard about Madara. We know what to do." And it's at this very moment we're about to find out exactly what's going to happen to these ninja. He jumps off
to this ninja
and starts smoking them.
Yup.
When I say smoking them, I'm talking about the choreography is good.
I actually saw that
He's doing like spinning somersaults off the top of their head and kicking the next people. He took a kunai, stabbed it to the next person, took the sword off of somebody, cut the next person. He hit a fireball. What was it?
So he does a katon.
It's the God Flame.
Yeah.
Katon. Go Kami Kandu. Yo, I was like, he's OD. Yo, that joint smoked everybody. Oh, listen.
I also want to point out about 20 Chunin pull up water dragons to try to get it, and all they can do is nullify it.
Bro.
About 20 Chunin.
So think about that. The fire jutsu he shot was so strong that all the water dragon jutsu could not stop it. It could only like clash with it. And he shot a fire jutsu at them. And he was looking at them like, y'all don't understand who I am.
Yo.
Y'all don't get it. And this is Madara not nowhere. He's not anywhere near full power. This is just Madara flexing because he's like, I need to stretch because I came back to life. That's what happened.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Oh my god.
Bananas. So that's one of those. It sticks out to me whenever you think about somebody who's goated, who is that guy in the anime, like you hear the villain's name the whole time.
Yep.
Right. You hear his name the whole anime from beginning to end,
mm-hmm.
and then you get to see him in action, and you hear this is not even his full potential, and he's just like bodying everybody.
Yep.
My man was looking like a Dynasty Warriors character out there. He was looking like a Dynasty Warriors character. He was giving everybody the smoke. I said, I've never seen that in my life.
He was looking like Lubu. He was looking like Lubu. Because the thing I loved about the fight, right? I love one man versus army fights in anime because they look amazing, right? They look amazing.
Luffy be going crazy too. Shout out to Luffy One Piece.
Yo,
I've seen those fights too.
The craziest thing about the fight, right? At least to me. All of those guys in the war are at least Jonin, because this is a complete war effort. And these guys, everyone's been built up. It's like, yeah, we have the complete force of some of the strongest people from all the villages together. My man Madara really gets hit with Monster Reborn. He looks out on him. He's like, huh. Alright, stomps on the spine. Looks back and forth like he's about to cross the street.
The eyes. That gift, that's a legendary gift at this point.
Yep.
That legendary gift. My
that
mom was
gift
like,
is legendary. That gift is it made me want to watch it. Like, I actually just saw the clip of it. I'm like, yo, this guy's the demon.
Yo,
like demon son. And my son just said like this.
The eyes was looking around like,
you can't replicate it. You can't replicate it.
He was like, who's next?
He's like, what go for next? You know what I'm saying? All them whack, but
I never watched Naruto, but I just had to see that. I was just like, yo, this guy looks insane.
Bro, it's
a good fight too.
Madara is literally like, he's probably my second favorite character. So my first favorite character is Kakashi.
And to segue off that, right? So I think we're going to like our second list of like what's greatest anime fights, right?
Yeah, bro.
So to segue off that, so Madara was someone like I never watched Naruto, right? But when I lay my eyes on, like I gotta see what's the vibes with this guy. He's OD. You know who's another character in another anime that I've never really watched, but I watched his fight because he looked it so badass. Ukuro, the Cuatro Espada versus Ichigo.
Yeah. Okay. You know what's bad? Bleach had good fights. It just got weak as time progressed.
That fight was one of the best ones, though. That fight was ridiculous.
It was OD.
So like I ended up, because my brother used to watch it, right? And then I saw like this one he just freed up Ichigo, like freed him up.
He definitely was bodying.
My man looked at him on some Filipino champ looking at KBR and was like, "You are free."
Stop.
That's what happened.
I think the worst part about the fight, at least to me, like not worse as in bad, it's just like my man takes Ichigo to the skies above Hueco Mundo. He's like, Ichigo, like, why'd you take me? He's like, oh, there's a rule. I can't take out all my power in Hueco Mundo because my boss will get mad at me.
I gotta step away real quick, Ryan.
Yeah, you good, bro. You good.
He's like, so I'm gonna bring you up here to smoke you at full power so you could taste despair, right? He's like, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it rain tears while we fight, because the Lord is crying for the way I'm about to bust your butt right now.
OD.
Yo,
but that Joe is like, he really freed him up.
He freed him up. Like, then he had the nerve to say, oh yeah, I'm only number 4. I'm white, but I got a second 4.
Nah, but what's bad is those numbers used to get me tight because I feel like he was number 1. He's number 1,
bro.
Nobody else was stronger than him. Who else was stronger than him on his spot list?
So that got me tight because then they the whole thing with Yami in the fight where afterwards he said, oh, the Espada numbers don't go 1 to 10, they go 0 to 9. I was like, bro, what you mean they go 0 to 9?
But again, without trying to get off the topic.
Yeah.
Bleach was one of those anime that if you don't look at all the little stuff, it's really good. And then you start thinking about all the stuff, and you're like, no, it's bad. but you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take away from that moment. But the fights in Bleach were very, very good.
It was also the first time we saw fully hollowified Ichigo. And I think that was a very good fight scene for fully hollified Ichigo, because you saw like the raw destructive power he had.
Yeah, but I mean, to me though, I always have a problem, and so anybody who watches the podcast, any people who watch all the time, you know how I feel about the main character plot hacks and plot armor. It drives me nuts when it comes out of nowhere. Whenever it comes out of nowhere, it comes from left field, I get very upset. It bothers me. So the fact that every time Ichigo's about to get smoked, he gets some random stuff. Alright, my favorite character in Bleach is Byakuya Kuchiki. He's the god. He's one of the best captains that exists. As a matter of fact, he's so strong that Zaraki Kenpachi, the wild boy, looks at him and goes, I want to fight you full on 1D one day because I know you're the only other captain that's worth it. Like, that's how strong he is. He's about to smoke Ichigo in the beginning. We're talking about
Stop. I remember this fight. Yep.
It's over. As a matter of fact, his Bankai... All right, let me explain the Bankai for everybody watching the podcast, everybody watching the stream, who you already know. Listen. His Bankai is so good that it puts you in a dimension where you move slower than him because your reality is not keeping up with his reality. Not only that, every time one of the swords he takes off the wall that come down into his hand and hits you with it, it makes you condense in the area he hits you. So you move even slower than that. And he is literally the second fastest captain and the third fastest existing person in Bleach. That's how good he is. They're like, okay, Ichigo's gonna die. So let's make him get a hollow part right now that no one's ever known about, and we're gonna throw it at you right here. And then what happens? Plot armor at its worst. Plot armor is only good when you put it at the right places and it makes sense. You know what's good plot armor? Super Saiyan Goku.
That's good plot armor. That's good
like, there are plot armor that just makes sense, and then there is Bleach.
The plot armor in the form of a mask. That joint was OD.
And but later on he's a Quincy. Anyway.
You mean how my man got DNA from every strand, bro?
Listen. I'm gonna get back on the topic. I'm gonna get back on the topic. I'm gonna get back on the topic. Posy said his and he took a step away, so it's your turn. Actually,
it's my turn.
It is your turn. It's your turn.
I got another one. I got some good ones.
My man took out the library.
I got to pull out the library, brother. I got to pull out the library. I said I was going to come today. I was going to come with the heat. All right. Since you talked about Naruto already, right? You gave the one man versus army fight.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to give the 1v1 fight that I think is honestly one of the best.
I know what you're gonna say now. Series. It is the best one. Go ahead.
Obito versus Kakashi.
Yep, thank you for saying Obito versus Kakashi. Somebody said it in the stream already. Thank you for shouting it out. Yep. That's my number one pick. He stole it from me, so now I gotta change my next pick. But it's okay. It's fine. Because I told you Kakashi's my favorite character. So you know what I was gonna pick.
Yeah, once you said that, I didn't know.
Once you know, this is me. When he said it just now stream, this is me. This is
Nani?
I was like, why? So alright. But yeah, so Obito versus Kakashi. I don't know. No, you go ahead.
So Obito versus Kakashi is like one of the most beautiful pieces of like fighting cinematography inside of anime, right? Because they mix it in with backstory, right? So it's a fight that has reasoning and motivation behind it. And then the choreography is so clean. Because within the choreography, they tell the story of Obito and Kakashi. And like, not a lot of fights can do that. Like, there's fight scenes where like things blow up. There's a lot of fancy explosion and everything, but there's not much of a story told within it, right? But in the middle of the fight, they show how both people have evolved over the years. They show their motivation for fighting, and like it is so clean. Like, it has some of the cleanest taijutsu in the entire series.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
sir.
Sir.
They go from taijutsu to all the way to ninjutsu, and then they use some of the... Oh my goodness, Posy almost died. They use some of the most high-level techniques in there. Kakashi even... And then they bring it in. Most of the things in a fight, too, they bring up thinking.
Yes.
Kakashi... Really, he catches Obito in the illest move ever.
He caught him slipping.
Obito was like, "Oh, we did this when we were kids. I know which one's the real you, right?" Obito hits it. He said, "Oh, it's a lightning claw." And Kakashi takes a hit. He takes a hit, so Obito thinks the other thing is a clone. It smokes him. I'm just like, yo, the fight was amazing.
It was good.
The fight was amazing.
Is this another Naruto fight?
It's Kakashi versus Obito because it's one of the best ones ever created. Kakashi's my favorite character. This is definitely my top tier fight. It's always my favorite fight.
I have a question. Like, who's the sand guy? The sand guy looks cool.
Gaara. Oh.
Yeah, he
as a
looks
matter of
bad
fact,
though.
we'll get to that in a second. I got you. I got you.
He looks
Oh,
bad.
you going to do the one I think you're gonna
I
do?
got you. So all right, hold. So
Is it Gara versus Rock Lee?
you
'Cause
damn
that's-
right. Anyway.
Even I saw that fight. I was living in DR watching that fight.
bro, I got you, bro. I got you. So Obito and Kakashi, like, you already went to like the depth and all that stuff about literally how it tells the story while they're fighting and stuff like that. The coolest thing about watching this fight is, all right, so you know when you watch anime, for all of us who are big anime people and all that stuff, if you guys are viewing this stream with us, if you guys are watching this episode of the podcast, obviously you like the anime stuff. So,
Yeah.
real talk. Whenever the animation changes for a fight,
Yup.
you know it's about to go down. Like that's literally what that means. It goes, all right, it's time now to see the real deal. That's why they change it. Right? When Naruto fought Pain at the end, animation changes. When Madara jumps off the cliff to smoke the Shinobi Alliance, animation changes. Right? Hold on. Wait, there's more. When my man Endeavor fought the high-end Nomu, animation changes. When the animation changes, it's about to go down. So when Obito and Kakashi start fighting and you see the animation switch on you, you're like, oh, it's time. It's time. And then, like he said, the choreography, fire. The whole everything, the counters, the system, everything was good. You really saw the emotion in every hit. They put it like the close-ups on the faces when they were going through some of the hits and the fights, and everything about it was just amazing. I don't think there's anything else I've ever seen that literally embodies that emotion, that amount of intensity, the amount of actual just like. Bro, everything, the raw power in every hit, trying to figure out. Listen, they were tired too after all the juices they already did, so it caused them to do more than that.
Outside the Manslayer,
Bro.
yeah. To go versus Genkai, those are good examples.
Oh yeah, bro, all those. Are
You know what's a good recent example? But I want you to focus on what's your specific fight.
I gotta pick a different fight because he just stole mine. Yeah. So this is his choice. It's his choice, Posy. He stole my choice before I got to my. So I gotta find something else.
versus who again? This is all Naruto fights, right?
Yeah. So this is Obito versus Kakashi, and that joint is bananas. So yeah, I can keep going on and on about this. So I'm gonna stop, but I'm just.
Thank you. I'm a man of culture.
You're a man of culture. You're a man of culture. I'm here for it. All right. So I guess it's my turn, and I'm out of options here.
You ran out of options? I got a couple more.
No, I got a couple of things in my brain, and they're all like dropping them in the chat. So every time I look at the chat,
they
I'm
smoke
like,
you.
They like,
don't look at them, bro. They smoking.
They give me.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, ooh, they smoking.
The stream is like, I'm gonna say it.
Yo, I love when they call Kenshin the Batosai.
Like the Batosai, the man.
That name is so awesome, dude.
He's OD though. First of all,
when he goes into the Batosai like state,
all right, the eyes go yellow. The eyes go yellow because normally he's walking around.
They go yellow, right?
Yeah.
I thought
so
the
eyes
pink.
go yellow. The eyes get smaller. He gets super upset. He's barely speaking, and he's wilding out when he is in Batosai mode. And so the thing with that is, and since it was named, it was in the stream, it's in the chat. So let's do it. I'll take that as my next one. Okay. When Kenshin Himura, the Wanderer at the time when he started the fight, has to fight Saito. Saito is one of the dudes who used to fight him back in the war, who got smoked by him and decided that since that loss, he was going to come back and get this W. They meet up again because he finds him. Saito is literally working for the police officers now because he couldn't find anything else to do with his technique besides fight for something. He ends up fighting for the police officers. Kenshin is just a wanderer. He finds Kenshin in the town. He meets up with him, goes to the crib he's staying at, goes to the Karu Kenshin school, which is where he's staying at from Karu, the chick that he stays with. And he's like, fight me right now, for real. And the problem is, once he doesn't want to fight him, he reluctantly agrees. They start fighting, and when they start fighting, Kenshin switches back into the old mode because he can't help it because of the memories, and it gets bananas. I'm talking like Kenshin was jumping off the wall, doing spinning sword attacks. My man Saito said, "You thought you had me at hello, I caught you at goodbye." Dodged that joint, punched him dead in the face with his bare, and just said, boom! I said, did he just duff this man in a sword fight? Like, it was a dog-eat-dog world, and they were going at it like two swordsmen sitting in the middle of the
Was that one fight that Kenshin like actually hit him with the back of the sword?
No, Kenshin did hit him with the back of the sword, and he switched it, because whenever he goes Batosai mode, he switches it back to the forefront, because he's going to kill you whenever he goes to Batosai mode. And so so everybody stream, if you haven't seen it, look up Saito versus Kenshin, and it is great. It's probably like the greatest moment in that episode, in that whole anime. It's good. It's good. It is a sleeper only because it came out a while ago, but it's like it's great. Oh, you ODing. So he's ODing in the chat.
He's ODing with the minute I saw Bungo, I knew he was ODing.
Straight, dog?
Yeah, I knew.
Posy, pick your next fight before I get started on that madness. He said Bungo
so
straight.
my next fight, all right, so this one's a little more recent. There's so many good fights, like I'm struggling to pick, but I'm gonna go with this one. I think this was underrated because no one's talking about it, and D hasn't even mentioned it in the chat. I think it's Yuno and Asta versus Licked.
Okay.
Episode 100. Have you ever seen that one?
Yes, sir. That was fire.
That was the one where I was like, oh, like you really doing it to each other, B. Asta and Yuno versus Lick was like, and that's a perfect example of like how the animation changed. How the animation changed and everything, and I was just like, yo, that's a good one for me. That's up there. That's one of my favorite recent fights that come out.
No, but it's fire, bro.
It's fire.
Because you know
it was actually it was a good fight.
You know what happened during that fight? The animation changed. So you know what was about to go down.
Listen. When that third studio gets brought in by the money, and they say, "Yo, we're gonna need y'all to animate this fight for us," you know that's when it gets serious.
Lick was wilding. Lick was really packing those boys up, man.
He was packing them up, but they were coming through with the team attacks, bro. Yo, all right, so look.
Nah, you already know. I'm not done with you yet.
Lick was the anchor, and Asta still had assist, bro. And Lick was still washing them up. Like, he was like, it don't matter what assist you call. I got you. He's like, this Zenkai boost I got right now,
it's OD.
It's OD.
And you gotta understand something. Like, Yuno is actually OD in the show. Like,
he's wild. He's wild.
Yeah. Like, he's wild. And he was getting washed, bro.
But
for Yuno to get washed.
OD. Yuno's OD though. Like Yuno's OD. I'm sorry. Yuno's wild. It doesn't make sense how wild Yuno is. I'm sorry. He's wild. You got to give it to him. Like he's OD.
He is kind of OD.
Yuno's actually OD in the show.
He is.
He's that protagonist that's not the protagonist, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hello. Chill, don't hit him.
Don't hit him with it. I ain't gonna hit y'all with the truth yet.
And it's funny. I haven't watched Black Clover since the pandemic started because when they came back, it was just too much filler. So I was like, you know what?
It was a lot when they came back. Yeah. But during
so I'm gonna give you time by her. Are they lit now? Because I'm trying to get back into.
My man Asta been hitting the push-ups and it's showing. So like Black Clover is one of those anime that's like One Piece, where the characters actually look like they're growing over time. My man Asta is mad Stralic right now. Like I'm not. He's strong. No, Asta is bro.
Stralic.
Asta is strong. Yo, Edwin in the chat right now. Am I lying? My man is dumb Stralic right now. He's swole. Like it's like you can see it on Asta's actual physical appearance. My man is stronger than before. Okay. I was like, what is happening? And he's about to wash somebody up. I gotta watch the next one. So he's like, yes sir, I know. He's OD. My man hit it. Nice. So
if I was to pick a third one, it'll definitely be Yuno and Asta versus Lick.
Versus Lick. All right, no, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. All right, so he'll do one more. I'll do one more. Then we're gonna put up some honorable mentions, and then we'll close out. So
all right, I gotta do one more.
I got two. I definitely got two honorable mentions.
He's like,
hold on, I got choices on the bad boy. I think since this is gonna be my last one, I'm gonna do Kirei versus Kiritsugi from Fate Stay Zero.
So we saw the Fate coming.
You know, if we talk,
I've never seen Fate, so I have no 2 cents.
Listen.
I can talk it out.
Don't worry about. All you gotta know.
Before you start.
Before I go.
Sir. If you enjoy fight scenes in anime, stream, chat, viewers of the Hashira Podcast, if you enjoy fight scenes in anime, you need to look up the Fate series. There are some amazing fights with some amazing animation and some amazing action, and you need to see it.
Yes,
that is all of the. I'm done with my promo. All right.
So if you ever talk about top fighting scenes in any anime, you know for a fact Fate will have to be there. If a Fate scene is not there in the top 5, you just don't know about the series or you're capping. That's it, right? There's no other choice. There's no other choice. It's either you don't know the series or you're capping, because Fate has consistently produced some of the greatest fighting scenes known to man.
Some of the greatest.
There's so many. I made a rule when I was choosing my scenes. I was like, I could have just gone all Fate, but I said, nah, I'm only going to give Fate one, and I'm going to be real, right? So I gave the fight I liked was the Kirei versus Kiritsugi one.
Okay.
From Fate Zero. The reason I chose this one is because the hero fights are OD, but this is.
I'm about to say, go ahead.
This is a fight between two of the masters, right? One master, one guy who he got it.
So it's like Yami versus Lick, the master of the darkness.
So in Fate, just to give you like a little bit of breakdown, there's heroes. People summon historic figures from around the world to compete for the Holy Grail, right? Mm-hmm, and the Holy.
I believe they got Hercules in that show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
There's classes and there's heroes. Hercules is one of them. Shout outs to Berserker. He's the GOAT. I almost chose the Berserker versus Alter fight.
That's what I thought you were gonna pick.
I was thinking about it, but I said I'm gonna choose something different. So. Basically, this is a fight not between the heroes, but between two of the characters who are as strong as the heroes, who are not even heroes. And they're two of the most ruthless people in the show, because they just kill people. They just want what they want, and they said, I'm going to murder people. One of them is so OD, they forced another person to... There was a fight between two of the heroes, and it was Kare.
Yes.
Kare forced the master of one of the heroes named Lancer to force he forced the hero to commit suicide so he could win the match.
OD. That was so OD.
That sounds so nerdy. Yeah, I love it.
I'm a nerd for these fights. I'm a big ass nerd. Pardon my language. I had to do it though. I'm a big ass nerd for these fights. All right, and I like this fight because you see how ruthless both of them are in just their fighting style. Right, and at one point Kare is like even lost half of his body, and he's still smoking this man.
Smoking, bro.
He is boom. He said boom, 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 boom. Like imagine half his body isn't working, and he's just blocking him with one half, like Neo from the Matrix.
That's what I was saying. When he was dead, Neo and his whole joint. I said, all right. Now what are we talking about? Now?
Nah, the crazy part about Neo is that he starts forward and then he moves to the side.
That's what
you're going crazy.
He did it. But
he did it.
You gotta listen. Y'all gotta look up this fight.
Yeah,
y'all gotta see. It's that good. It is that good.
It's so good. It's so good. All right. That being said, that's my third. Thank you.
Bring us home, Ryan. What is your favorite fight?
Well, like I said, Kakashi versus Obito is my favorite.
I'm sorry.
He took that from me, so I don't have it anymore. So I guess what I have to do now is I'm just gonna talk about one that sticks out to me because it's tons of fun, and then I'll put up a couple of honorable mentions, and y'all could drop honorable mentions, and we'll just split talk about them before we drop out.
Okay.
So I guess what I have to do now, I'm not a big fan of this anime at all. As a matter of fact, I was never a fan of it. I didn't like it too much. I thought the characters looked kind of funny. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Then I actually heard of a specific character who happens to embody a lot of the things that I like in cool characters. Not only that, Ryan in Japanese means lion because I am a damn lion. He is the lion sin of pride. And his name is Escondor. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When he disrespected Estarossa, that was something I could watch a million times. All right, hold up. Let me calm down. I see the microphone is peaking. I'm yelling.
I can tell.
All right, so hold up. Let me tell you what happens here. So my man walks up.
Yeah, I wish I could tell this story because that's actually in my top 5.
Tell the story, Maurice. It's a beautiful story. Tell the story.
My man walks up and is about to fight him. He's talking to him all nice, calm, and collected because that's my man Escondor got so much swag that it's unnecessary to do it any other way. Estarossa thinks, he's talking. I'm gonna hit him with I'm gonna get him at hello, right? I'm gonna get him at hello. It's gonna hurt when I hit this man. He don't know I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him. He hits him. He starts talking trash. He thinks he's good.
By the way, Nate, I apologize to cut you off.
Oh no, go ahead.
You could play the Escondor theme right now if you want to. You will not get backed up. I've done it thousands of times on my stream, so if you want to play that song in the background to tell this story, by all means, be my guest. I'm here for it.
Wait, before you continue, there's just one important part about this fight, too. So, there's a rule when you're facing Estarossa. You can't fight him if you hate him. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna let you continue. You can't fight him if you hate him, because it's a sin.
His commandment is benevolence, right? Something like that. Benevolent,
bro. The fact of that, and
continue, because it goes into the best one-liner of all time.
Well, since you said it, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So Estarossa has a rule when you fight him. All the
commandments have
the commandments have it, right?
And if you don't honor it, you get smoked.
Yeah. Yep. So you can't hate him when you fight him, or you just turn to stone, right? you just get smoked. Like you can't win. So my man Estarossa pulls up, and before they start fighting, he's like, "Well, if you hate me, you won't be able to win this fight." He's like, "Hate you? How could I hate someone who's below me?" When he said that
at
line,
that moment, all I saw in my brain, and I heard, see, we from New York. All I heard was the Hot 97 bomb.
yo, boom, boom, boom.
Hot 97.com.
Just like that.
Listen, when I heard, I was like looking at the screen like, did he just no, he didn't. Yes, he did. And then the worst part about it was, my man was like, I can counter anything you hit me with. And he was like, oh, that's why that hurt, because it was my power.
The funny thing is, Escondor was so calm about it. He's like, oh, I was worried because I know you too weak to hurt me. Oh, of course, only I can hurt myself.
Only I can hurt me. Like, just me. My man hit him and sent him to, he knew if he fought too much, it would get too hot for the people around him.
Yep.
So he takes this person. Estarossa really thought he was the baddest man pajama. Excuse my old school vernacular, but I had to say it like that.
He thought he was Billy Badass.
He thought he was.
And then he met Billy Badass.
Hello. So he shoots him with this ball of fire.
Hot as the sun.
Hot as the sun. All the way over above this lake. Above this lake. Right? Above this lake.
Someone play, we can't tell this story without the three playing in the background. That's on my head right now.
I'm too far to get to my PC or else I do it. But listen. So he shoots him over this lake, right? And shoots him into the lake.
What lake?
Oh,
what lake?
You caught that? You caught that chat? You caught that stream? What lake?
The lake is gone.
What lake?
By the time he gets there, the lake is gone. The heat from his bowl is so hot. The lake evaporates by the time Estarossa lands in it.
What lake? So,
that just became boiled water.
And then he gets all hype. His shirt is off. He's like, oh, this is actually a fight I'm gonna enjoy. Right? He starts talking that crazy stuff. Right? Yeah, starts talking that crazy stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then he gets serious. And then he shoots his little darkness over Escondor's attack, because his darkness, now that my darkness has covered up your son, you can't beat me.
You can't win.
Right? You can't win, right? You can't win. And he runs up on him. Escondor swings. He hits him with the full counter. Escondor gets hit with the full counter. He's bleeding. It looks like it might have hurt. It might have hurt, right? He's talking all this trash after he catches him with his little move.
He got a good point on his shoulder, right?
Yeah, the shoulder. You see the blood gash out the shoulder.
Yeah.
He gets a little hype. And all that other stuff.
You can't beat me physically, and my magic has overpowered you. Yeah. You stand no chance now.
Now, what happens is Escondor stands. The sun gets a little high. Oh, for everybody who don't watch it, when it hits about 12 o'clock, and the sun gets to the highest point, not only is Escondor beast, Escondor is the best example of overpowered characters done correctly in anime since I've been watching anime. He is the epitome of what that means. That's literally who he is. And so let me tell you what happens. The sun gets to the highest point, he gets a power boost. He gets dragon installed like he's Guilty Gear's sole bad guy. And so what happens is, my man flexes. Not like he doesn't do anything wild, he flexes. He flexes his muscles. And viewers, everybody watching the podcast, everybody watching the stream, he flexes his muscles and the darkness comes off of him. And he looks down on this man and literally says one of the most memed statements in anime history from the recent times.
Yup.
And I'm going to tell you what that is. Who decided that?
He said,
what a man.
Your darkness blocked out my son. Who decided that?
You're stronger than me?
Who decided that? And so, bro, my man, and it's at that point in time Estarossa realizes that he effed up. As a matter of fact, the little cut goes across his chest, and he realizes that he effed up. He thought he reflected it, and he couldn't reflect it because Escondor too strong. The thing comes across his chest. He starts bleeding, and he's like, "What? I thought I reflected it." And then, and because he got caught up, he got caught with the mix-up. He looking down at his chest, forgot to look forward. And my man, cruel son, wham, and smoke. I said, all right. That took up too much time. I'm sorry, yo.
No, you good. We vibing. That was a great story. I was just missing the song. That was all I was missing.
I'm a super nerd, viewers. Like, I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Are we all?
I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a nerd. And so,
like, the limit. There's a limit.
No, bro, I'm a nerd. I sit right here. I'm a nerd. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I play Magic the Gathering. I play Yu-Gi-Oh. Listen. So anyway,
Duel Links, baby.
Duel Links. Hello.
So Trinity's broken.
So I play Dungeons and Dragons, and his theme is so good that one of my boss characters in that daggone in my campaign has his theme. I play his theme whenever you see a certain character, because that's how good that joint is. So anyway, that out the way, we gotta bring it to the closing point. So we're gonna do our one more round of honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. So drop 2 honorable mentions. Gotcha. And we're gonna pass it, and then I'm gonna close this out. All
right. So I guess I'll start it off. You guys are gonna be surprised by this one honorable mention that I'm about to mention.
There's one honorable mention that I'm about to mention. Ooh.
I really love the fight between Deku and Gentle Criminal.
You like the Gentle Criminal?
I actually like Gentle Criminal a lot too.
And let me tell you why, bro. That was a fighting game. That shit had neutral. It had mix up. Yeah! It had zoning. It had zoning. Yo, Deku couldn't get in. Deku couldn't get in. That was a fighting game fight. Let me tell you, bro. I was thinking Dragon Ball. I'm like, yo, he's facing Frieza. Like we're playing Alucard.
He's got the
now,
nooch.
Bro. Like,
he's got the nooch.
He got nooch. Like, and my son had, it's funny, right? So like, I put a tweet out when the fight came out. That's how much I loved it. I was like, what's it called? I really loved the Gentle and the Deku fight. Yeah. And do you know Eric Arroyo, Smooth Viper?
Yeah.
That Ryan? Yeah. He commented it. He was like, that fight was pretty good, yeah. I like the Gentle character best, whatever. He was like, I was like, bro, that was a Marvel match. Yo, because Gentle had crazy neutral.
I ain't gonna lie, his neutral was kind of OD.
He had crazy neutral. The zoning was OD. His tactics was OD. And you know what Smooth Viper responded to me? He said, yeah, but Deku figured out the gimmicks.
Yeah!
Yo, but you gotta figure out the gimmicks, bro. How else you get past the gimmicks, bro?
Can't get out of pools if you don't know how to beat the gimmicks,
come
bro.
Come on,
yo,
man.
So Gentle versus Deku was probably my favorite fight of 2020. I ain't seen much anime, but I love that fight a lot.
Okay. One more honorable mention.
And then one more honorable mention. All right, so since D is mentioning he's mentioning Mobile Fire G Gundam, and I'm a big fan of Mobile Fire G Gundam. One of my favorite fights from that series actually was when Sasaichi faced Argo.
I actually haven't watched
that fight. Was OD. Cause like Argo was down and out. So like this is how the fight started. Sasaichi was roaming because eventually
say the name of the Gundam so people know.
Alright, so that would be the Dragon Gundam versus the Bolt Gundam.
There you go, boss. You gotta say so they know. There you go. Alright, good.
Which is Argo's the Neo-Russia fighter, and Sasaichi's the Chinese fighter, pretty much the Neo fighter, right? So so like it started because they all went to go follow Domonkashu, and he's training, but they all happen to be on the island. So at one point, Sasaichi runs into the general of the Russian lady. Yes. He sees her naked. So the ladies is shooting at her.
Oh, y'all watching on Toonami, y'all didn't see that.
Yeah. So eventually, throughout that time, Argo and Sasaichi get into beef, right? So they fight, and I just saw this the other day because I'm running the anime back. Yo, that fight was OD.
Yeah.
Like Argo lost the arm, and he was like, "I'm not giving up." Sasaichi was getting crazy. All the Sasaichi fights were good in that show, by the way.
OD, he's my favorite. He's my favorite. He's
my favorite. Every time he fought, like he went crazy, bro. Like he actually went crazy.
And I like his weapons, the whole like Chinese thing with the dragon arms. Plus he had so they always have like lightsaber type of weapons. And his one was like the dragon, like it was like a staff.
It was like a staff,
and it was like so he did like the Chinese movements. He's OD. He's top tier.
And I ain't gonna lie, he went crazy against Argo. Like that was one of my favorites from G Gundam. The Shining Gundam versus Master Gundam. That's also a good fight.
We don't talk about that because that joint is literally goated in Mobile Suit Anime. All right, it's goated. All right, Master Gundam, Master Asia is OD. I have the action figure, bro, still, because it's gonna go
Undefeated of the East, bro. That dude
eventually. That joint, that joint was wild, fam. Wild, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So like, I actually ran the anime back, and I definitely going with Sasaichi in that Argo fight. People are probably gonna be like, "Yo, really? That one specifically?" I was like, there was something about it.
Nah, bro, it's good though. It's good though.
Okay.
All right, sir. Your honorable mentions, sir.
My honorable mentions. All right. Let me show you.
All right. I said Jetso versus Deku. That's all right.
That was
I love that
but
fight.
you said the neutral though. Like, that's crazy.
The Doni in that match was crazy.
Yeah. So
that was a fighting game.
I can't be a Dragon Ball commentator if I don't mention a Dragon Ball fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
really? I'm curious to see what
this one from the new Dragon Ball Super Broly movie.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
Gogeta versus Broly.
Yep.
Actually, matter of fact, the whole movie
was a fight.
The whole movie's a giant fight.
Which one do you really pick?
Like, and I'd say I actually like the Vegeta versus Broly portion of the fight.
That was a great fight.
Yeah. Yes, me too. Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know why? It shows Vegeta with techniques.
Yep.
And it shows Broly overcoming and learning in the middle of the fight, and it's actually kind of goated. Like, it's kind of goated.
OD.
Like,
OD.
Like, the whole movie is goated, but I like that scene.
The Vegeta part is probably the best part of the movie to me. I think like that's the part I watched the most.
Yep.
Like, it's good.
Yep.
It's good. It's definitely good.
Yep.
It's
It's the first time Vegeta's like, don't Goku, don't touch this. This is me. I got this right here. Boom, boom. Alright, Broly keep getting angry and stronger, so you know Vegeta's it's like levels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vegeta started on base, like, alright, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan. He's like, alright, this kinda ain't working. He a little bit adorable. Alright, I'm gonna have to go Super Saiyan 2. Alright, he's still learning. Guess I'm going into God form. Oh, alright.
When he went to God form, that was really godlike.
Yeah,
that was a good moment.
No pun intended. That was ridiculous.
It was beast.
Alright, and then my other mentionable one,
the honorable mention.
The honorable mention is gonna be season 3 of Hiratori no Shita.
Whoa.
Yes. I'm OD, right? I'm OD.
He's OD.
I'm OD. You thought I was going to come here unprepared? It's Oya versus the 3 goons in the park, where he beats them with Tai Chi. You know that joint is OD. Stop playing with me, Dante.
Oh my
Stop playing with me, Dante.
Why would you even bring that up, bro?
You know it's because I'm a goat.
All right, first of all, anytime Tai Chi is in anything is OD.
Yep.
All right, Tai Chi in anything is OD.
Yep.
So let's start with it. Tai Chi in anything is OD, all right? So that's number one. We gotta put that out there.
Yep.
But the way he was babying, all right.
He babied all 3 of them with Tai Chi. You saw the way that man was moving on them.
Oya's OD.
Oya was
it's happening again. I feel like I keep my answers so simple, and you guys go to these other fights. I'm like,
but those are fights you picking. His just got long names because they don't got good English names.
That's wild.
His sound more sophisticated because they got longer Japanese names.
Stop playing with me, man. But yeah, that's my other honorable one. Like so a lot of series they don't do Tai Chi. I don't think they do it as well.
They don't do it good. Yeah.
They don't do it as well. And in this one, they made the movement smooth in the choreography. It was impactful, and you saw how he used it against the other martial artists, and the way he touched the pressure points. So that's my 2 honorable mentions.
Right.
Finish this off, man.
All right, I got like 7 after that. It's just like I don't want to. Okay, all right. Most of you who know me, who watch the stream, you understand, who watch the podcast, I am a big fan of a specific type of character, and I love them. I am a fan of the Seto Kaibas of the world. I'm a fan of all those type of dudes and type of ladies. So, Kill la Kill is an anime that came out recently. I love Kill la Kill. There's actually a fighting game for it. That's actually pretty damn good if you ever played it. Satsuki Kiryuin versus the protagonist of the show, who is Ryuko Matoi. They have to meet eventually because Satsuki's talking trash like she actually did something that she didn't do. I don't want to spoil it for y'all because I want you to watch it. It's a very short anime. It's like 24 episodes. You'll love it. Anyway, so they have to fight in like, I think it's episode 4. And, bro. For the opening of the anime, in the beginning fight that was happening, like, so Ryuko is learning her abilities. She doesn't understand them as well.
Yeah.
She unlocks it during the fight, and the thing is, it gets you off guard because it's like, oh, the main character learned her abilities. She's about to fight this character for real. And then she starts to overwhelm Satsuki, and Satsuki looks at her like, as a matter of fact, she literally dodges an attack that cuts the whole building behind her. As she does that, she leans back forward and goes, interesting. Cause and she's like, now I'm about to start fighting you for real. I was like, no! She was smoke out the whole fight and wasn't fighting for real, like at all. She was just playing. So they have like these suits that they put on. So think like Dragon Ball Z, mixed with like Sailor Moon. Yeah. It's weird like that. So like it's a whole costume they put on and. Like, it takes from their blood in order to power them and stuff like that. They get stronger based off all that stuff.
Dead Man Wonderland vibes.
Exactly. It's pretty, like, stuff like that. And so they're fighting, and, like, she's watching her the whole fight. Then the main character understands the secret of the suit. She gets stronger. She can do the full transformation. And then Sasuke's like, so what?
Like, I'm still better than you.
I'm better than you. But let me calm down. I almost got into that. I'll go into that. So, and my second one is... So for all of you, my name is Ryan Date, aka Date Ryan Sama on Twitter. Date comes from a specific character from an anime called Sengoku Basara. It is a play on samurai warriors and the Sengoku era of Japan. And the character, he's one of the protagonists. His name is Masamune Date. He has to fight.
Great names.
Great names indeed.
Great names.
I'm not even gonna do Masamune's fight. We're not gonna do Masamune's fight. You know why? Because I have to do a specific fight in the show. It's not even Masamune's. So the character's name is Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi is so strong. He's so strong that he steps out over the ocean. He jumps into the ocean, blocks a cannon from one of the biggest warships in the war. He literally puts his hand out and blocks it. Right? After that, my man punches the water and Escondors it. Literally punches the water and it goes up. No, I'm not joking.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. Mind you, and bro, you like Escondor's theme when he did it? Hideyoshi's theme is absolutely wild. Bro, when you get a chance, listen to it. It gets you hyped. So my man punches the water, all the water dissipates. So now the ship is on land. He has to go fight Moto Chica, who is the captain of the ship. He gets on the ship and starts babying him. But when I'm talking about like he's got this weapon, he's swinging and all this. Hideyoshi's hands. He's like, you got your weapon? You ever seen Sin City? He's like, I got my gun, my rope, my twine, and my mitts. And my man, and that's my man Hideyoshi. He got his mitts, and he is smoking Moto Chica. He punches him so hard into the ship that the ship is literally the size of an island. Moto Chica hits the ship, and the ship tilts. Like, literally tilts the ship. And the funniest part is, after the fight's over, and he takes the ship from him, like he steals the man's ship, the water that he knocked up comes back down into the lake. The sea, it's called Seto. It's the Sea of Seto. The Sea of Seto literally drops back down after the fight's over. He smokes him and all the water comes back down. I said, wait a second.
Stop.
Not even Goku.
Bro, you gotta see it. You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Now I gotta look back at the scenes now when I get home.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right. Let me look in the chat real quick and get some of y'all mentions out before I close this out. Yeah. Let me do it because y'all saying some good stuff. Y'all saying some good stuff.
They definitely are saying some good stuff.
There's a Hamura versus Mami. Woo! Who's wildin'? You're wildin'. There's some wild stuff. Colin versus Suzaku from Code Geass. Heck yeah! Code Geass top. It's not an episode of the Hashira Podcast. This is a disclaimer.
I'm yawning crazy.
Unless we name Code Geass. All right.
You're right.
It's not right.
That's OG.
All right. I see. Well, there are a lot of fights in Kengan Ashura that are good.
Woo!
There are a lot of fights that in Kengan Ashura that are good.
Versus Ryan? Come on, bro.
There are a lot of fights that are good. Gotta put that out there. Out there.
Y'all think it's good now, but wait until they get to the Oma versus Kurosaki fight.
Gets wild.
Fingers.
Gets wild. All right. Escondor gets another one. Escondor versus Meliotis. My man, everybody thought the main character was gonna be like, yeah, I'm a main character. Escondor said, I know.
I like the concept of that fight, but the execution of it
was weak. But I enjoy the fact that he's OP done right, and that's what saves that fight to me. Is that Escondor is so good. So I gotta put that up there. Let me check what else I see down here.
Wait, Luffy versus Cracker? That's a real fight in anime?
Luffy versus Cracker was terrible. Oh, it was bad. You spoilers? Is that spoilers for somebody?
I don't know. Part of my racism, though. I didn't mean to say Cracker.
Oh, no. No, Cracker's actually a character.
Cracker's a character. Cracker's a character.
Cool.
But yes, we didn't do anything One Piece wise, One Piece related. I did see this. The One Piece movie, Stampede, when they had to fight Bullet. OD.
You're right.
That was wild.
Right.
That was
the
OD.
Gold movie, right?
It was called the movie. That joint was wild. That first of all, the animation movie was top notch.
Yeah.
And the fight was top notch. It was amazing. Luffy versus Rob Lucci, classic.
Ooh, that's always a classic.
Yo, how you feel about emotional fights? They're not good. They're not great physical fights, but they're great emotional fights.
Go ahead, throw one more.
So, like, off the top of my head,
go ahead.
Kurama versus Shigure is so underrated.
Say it one more time.
First of all,
Kurama versus Shigure from Yu Yu Hakusho.
OD.
Okay. Yep.
First of all, Hiei versus Shigure. OD.
That's OD too.
First of
and
all,
that's like a 5-second fight, literally.
No, that's Zero. You think it's Zero. When he fought Zero and Smoke Zero, my man was like, "You got fire? That's cute." My man's shirt came off. The little dragon popped up. Mm-hmm. Dragon of the Darkness Flame. Game time. Game. I used to play a Yu Yu Hakusho card game. That's literally a card. The Face of Death. It's literally a card, bro. It's called the Face of Death. I was like, yo, why would they do that? There's OD.
Oh, wait, we're talking emotional one? You know what's a good one?
What?
Gon versus Pika.
Okay. I'll give you that. My man Gon did get the older.
He just said okay, though.
Hit him with the, you cut my arm off, I'm gonna hit you with my arm then. So yeah, definitely, Netero versus Miriam.
Yeah. That one's goated, like, cause of technique as well, too.
Yeah, that was
and
great.
Petty. You know he's Petty for that.
Yeah.
What's the other drink from there that I really like? Crollo versus, the Zoldyck family when he had to fight Zeno and the Pop. That was fire.
That was definitely
good. I'm not gonna lie, Meliotis versus the whole 10 Commandments was kind of
good. That was
good.
Yes.
That was really good.
We'll put that in.
That's up there too.
We'll put that up there. Who else? I already said it, but Endeavor versus the High-End Nomu. Yeah. Of course, All for One. I mean, All for One versus All Might. My man All Might punched that man so hard.
He punched him damn hard.
Oh man,
he's still alive. I don't know how.
Man punched him right into a jail cell. That's
my man punched.
Call that the Kamala Harris punch.
Oh, you know what fight doesn't get? You know what fight doesn't get talked about anymore? Deku versus Todoroki.
That was fire. That was one of the
But no one talks about that fight anymore.
Yeah, that actually made me watch.
That's what made me watch My Hero. I didn't watch My Hero until that fight.
Yeah.
Todoroki's definitely like one of my favorite characters of the show. I feel like they should give him more burn because he's OD. He's literally top tier, OD, top tier. And I don't want he's top tier. All right.
The movie had one of the best fight scenes. I
still gotta watch that movie.
You haven't watched it? Oh my. I don't want to ruin. You should actually watch the movie.
Watch the movie, sir.
Watch the movie.
Go watch the movie.
It's actually like the best fight scene of like the entire My Hero Academia.
You wanna know what's my favorite Bakugo fight? When him and Deku is facing All Might. That fight is actually gone.
Yeah, on the test. Heck yeah, that was great.
And that's great emotional fights.
Who put Marileona? Who put Marileona from Black Clover in the chat? That's you, Ed. You my dude. Marileona is the reason I watched Black Clover. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
What?
That was good. Yo, I'm telling you, that demon arc, Black Clover had a lot of good fights, man.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm talking about game-breaking fights.
This is probably my last one. Boros versus Saitama from One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
Yo, what? The Boros versus Saitama one?
My favorite part in ever in One Punch Man is actually Genos when he's trying to hit Saitama. That's one of my favorite moments. It's a beautiful moment. It's so good.
Is Geno the android, by the way?
So the
death punch like
Genos is the android, right? And it's funny because he's like the opposite of Saitama in a lot of ways as a foil, where of course he looks a lot more eye appealing than Saitama. You know, people catch on to him quickly, and he goes through the ranks like mad fast. Like he's already considered like A or S by now, right?
Who, Genos?
Genos, right?
He's
S. Right? Everyone loves him. He's very popular, right? So he trains with Saitama because he's one of the few people that knows that Saitama can smoke all of them. Everyone.
Don't talk about Kate Baldy like that.
So they're training with each other, and Saitama was like, all right, just try to touch me once. My man Genos unleashes the clip, another clip, grabs another clip from the store, unleashes that, picks up the clip that he unleashes.
Turns up the boosters.
Turns up the boosters.
Yo, I'm gonna hit that incinerator cannon. OD. I dare probably smoke anybody else in the show. My man Saitama was like, you too slow.
Saitama threw one punch, stopped it before it touched Genos, and Genos thought he was gonna die.
But Genos, no, because that's a.
My man hit him.
But the best part is,
I will say
Genos, it changed Genos' hair. It gave him a different hairstyle, and it didn't even hit him. And then Genos turned around, Posy, and the whole mountain. The mountain was gone. There was a mountain behind them. The whole
I seen that
mountain
scene.
was
I seen
gone.
that scene. Like I ran into that clip.
That joint's OD, bro. I
It's
was
right.
like,
One Punch Man that just stopped. Saitama stopped this punch.
yeah,
right
right.
there.
Yo,
Yup.
That's
a classic.
That's
That's a classic.
I will say this: if there's a fight that's overrated and crap, I just had it in my head. I just don't want. Oh, I think Deku versus Overhaul is so overrated.
I think it's overrated as well. I don't like that fight. I feel like it was rushed. I feel like a lot of things happened.
It's way more rushed. It's more rushed than all their other fights.
Yeah, you know why? Because the
See,
problem
Jetsu versus Deku, that's great fights right there.
But the thing was with Overhaul was too good of a villain. His ability was too good,
Yeah.
and so they had to bail Deku out in a way that saved the show, but try to give Deku an extra boost so he could show the rest of his power. That's why he had to get the little girl in his back. So what happened is it rushed
the
away.
little girl.
It
her
rushed.
name is Erin, and
Yes.
she is a priceless joy of
I'm
this
sorry.
earth.
Yes, she is. They sang a whole song for her. There was a whole filler for her.
Exactly.
All right, listen. But so the Overhaul fight, that first, I'll sing the song. That's my song. Anyway, so the Overhaul thing was he's very smart, and then he just started doing dumb stuff, and it rushed out the rest of the fight, and that's what took away the greatness from it. And I feel like that's why I didn't like the Overhaul versus Deku fight. But I won't get into fights that we think are overrated. We could do that another time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
if y'all want me to bring back Koustics and Posy for another episode, another time, y'all hit me up in the comments below, in the stream, in the chat, all that stuff. You let me know, because they are having way too much fun.
I'm having mad.
So I don't.
You already know, I was wilding with the
Come on,
scenes too.
So
Just put a hook up on my side and we lit.
say less. Somebody get the hookah. Let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah. So for sure, before I get into that, I'm gonna close it out. So as always, thank you guys for watching the Hashira Podcast. Thank you guys for keeping up with us. Everybody who's in the stream, because we did stream this live. Thank you guys for hanging with us and chatting with us, giving us all the fights that you guys thought were good, all that good nerd stuff. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know we put out another meeting of the Pillars, so you can join it and be part of the conversation. Don't forget to join my homies over here. This is Koustics at Killer Kofi on Twitter.
Indeed.
And over there is Posy at Posy_92 on Twitter when you want to keep all that fighting game stuff and all that. I do want to give an honorable mention and a big shout out to the House of Chaos run by Bum here in the Bronx, where he's been running the fighting game scene. Yes, we dropped the link in the chat. We're going to drop the link in the chat for the HOC as well. He's been running the fighting game scene on the East Coast for a minute. He does this. He's been doing this. Been doing it for a long time. Please check out the HOC. Support the HOC, because that's how we get all the good content. Champions come from there. Shout out to Nitro. Oh man, champions come from the House of Chaos, man. Please support them. Check them out. But as always,
and national commentators too. National commentators.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. National commentators. I forgot. They're national commentators.
I have the hat.
The Bandai hat, y'all. It's official. Bandai hat, y'all.
That's their favorite, my hand.
Bandai's #1 son.
You know what I'm saying?
So
literally.
But yeah, seriously, all that good stuff. Please remember that always, especially because of last week's events, Black Lives Matter. It don't matter what you think. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna say it at the end of every single podcast episode. And beyond that, stay safe in the corona times. And please remember, stay nerdy, my friend.